Hello and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm the publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's bulletin is brought to you by KM Packaging, specialists in high-performance lidding films. In the news this week, well, WorldStar settled on the Australia-New Zealand packaging innovators last night when winners of the 2021 WorldStar Packaging Awards were officially recognised in a virtual awards ceremony. And in the biggest news of the night for our region, Coca-Cola Euro-Pacific Partners, formerly Coca-Cola Amatil, took out the gold for sustainable packaging design. The company won the Pinnacle Gold for its work in producing Australia's first 100% recycled PET bottle for carbonated beverages, a world first in the Coca-Cola bottler system to make the change at scale. Now, as a result, it is producing all single-serve carbonated and water bottles in 100% rPET in Australia, including the brands Coca-Cola, Fanta and Sprite, as well as Kerry Juice, Mount Franklin and Barista Brothers. The increase in the use of rPET reduces the amount of new plastic resin used by the company by an estimated 10,000 tonnes per year in Australia. Overall, in the WorldStar Awards last night, 10 Australian New Zealand companies were recognised with 13 awards across 7 categories, and combined, the ANZ region came fourth overall behind Japan, China and the USA. A highlight of the event was when well-known industry personality Ralph Moyle was honoured with the Lifetime Achievement Award by the World Packaging Organisation. Congratulations, Ralph. Now, the full list of winners is available on our website. And one of these winners, Planet Protector Packaging, the innovator behind the Woolpack solution that replaces expanded polystyrene boxes in the supply chain, is also in the news this week because it has launched a crowdfunding campaign aiming to raise $3 million. This will fund the company's work to keep EPS out of the oceans. It will also fund its expansion, which will include the onshoring of wool processing. The company uses waste wool that would otherwise go to landfill as an integral part of the insulation layer of its Woolpack packaging, and it currently has to rely on offshore processing in China as we don't have the capability in Australia. The plan is to build a facility in Victoria, the heart of sheep country, which will create jobs and assure a sustainable future for wool farmers in the region. Now, if you'd like to be a part of this exciting fundraising campaign, you can find more detail on our website. Just search Planet Protector Packaging. Speaking of sustainability, a new report into consumer insights has revealed that 76% of Australians think that recycling is the most positive thing they can do for the environment, and that the first place they turn to for accurate information about how to recycle right is the label on their product packaging. Now, the report, called the Australasian Recycling Labour Consumer Insights Report 2021, quite a mouthful, released this week by the Australian Packaging Covenant Organisation and Planet Arc. It was developed to better understand attitudes and behaviours towards recycling. It also showed that most Australians want more information about what can and cannot be recycled, and that more than half check the labelling on their packaging multiple times before recycling to make sure that they are in fact recycling correctly. And this points to the importance of programs like the Australasian Recycling Label, or the ARL as we know it, which provides accurate on-pack instructions about how to recycle each part of a product's packaging, taking the confusion out of recycling and giving Australians the confidence to know that they are recycling right. Now, since its launch in 2018, the ARL program has gained widespread support from government and industry, and most recently the federal budget allocated $5 million in additional funding to support small to medium enterprises in adopting the label. And finally, the story that PKN broke earlier this week is that Australian original equipment manufacturer HMPS, owned and managed by well-known industry figure Mark Emmett, has bought stretch wrapping equipment supplier Integrated Machinery from Propack Packaging Group, or PPG. With the acquisition, HMPS expands its footprint nationally and adds a key manufacturing hub in Melbourne. This adds to its existing manufacturing plants in Adelaide and Sydney. Now, for Mark Emmett, he tells me probably the most important part of this purchase is that it means a boost for local equipment manufacturing. He said that there's a real and growing demand for locally built equipment and that HMPS is tapping into this by building capabilities in Australia and hiring engineers and technicians to support this strategy. Well done, Mark Emmett and your team. Now, before I go, look out for the latest episode of the PKN podcast, in which I discuss growth in fibre-based packaging with Anne Usitalo of Metsä Board from Finland and Brad Partington of Ball & Doggett. And lastly, the PKN team would like to wish industry pioneer and founder of Heat and Control, Andy Karidis, a very happy 100th birthday. That's a milestone we can all get our head around. And that's the news wrap for this week. For more on these and other stories, you know where to go. packagingnews.com.au. That's it from me, Lindy Hewson, signing off.